Welcome back. We're here to cover your energy, Divine Feminine, and see what is energetically being shown to me. Now, already from the cards, I am seeing that you guys maybe have gone through a bit of a portal. Yes, especially with that Aries moon. We were really swinging like the pendulum between the Libra Aries kind of axis. It was you versus other people. Really, especially because we did have Chiron and Aries from our ascension process. We were maybe facing our shadow within the dynamic of, how we were really feeling. And from the crowning energy, we have the angel. So again, it is that we're really needing to get back into our body again, back into our instinctual energy. And there could be this feeling that we are really going to get some blessings from some of this kind of inner work that we're doing that is then inadvertently going to affect the outer energy that is going on. Now, I do feel like guides are guiding us sort of down a particular kind of alleyway, let's put it that way. Your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. Sometimes when we are quite triggered and we can't quite understand why certain things are happening in the fashion and the method, we can really question it. So for some of you, it can be that you're really questioning it. It's funny, though, because I do really spiritually feel from a confidence point of view, it's whatever you are being guided to do or whatever tower moment you directly experienced, it is divinely guided in a sense. And, it's not that we always like these timelines, but we are jumping timelines. We are actually closing things out. Our guides are actually guiding us down particular roads to prepare us for 2025 and beyond. And I do feel from an intuitive point of view, you could be getting some occult wisdom coming through. This can be coming through in your dream state, especially messages relating to your twin flame path, relating to where you're going. Yes, signs and synchronicities can be coming through also, but I do feel this lighter energy is going to come through as we are guided down that particular portal. That's not to say that during that fact it's going to feel easy, but after the fact we're going to completely understand. It was almost like a near miss. That's what I'm hearing psychically. A near miss, moving down a particular path, being guided by, and really, connecting in back with your guides and saying, okay, where is it you want me to go? What is it you want me to do? This also could be an energy you're embodying at the moment, really questioning this bigger process, this bigger purpose of why everything had to be. Sometimes we, especially in the separation phase, we can really be questioning the twin flame path. We can be questioning our path altogether. But this is the cycle, and those, who I have been guiding, those who are part of the membership, do really get that PDF of the transits, how they directly impact our ascension. That was one thing on my twin flame path that I directly looked at, and it was this spiritual interest I had within the astrology to know when my ascension symptoms were really going to peak. And for that very reason was where the studying of those aspects would come, so I knew where those waves and portals were. Really, between now and the end of the year, we are going through this massive transition. That previous energy of the eclipse, it was an eclipse, and then theoretically it should have been an eclipse with the Aries moon, but it's not yet. It will be next year, where it can be ushering back up. So whatever steps we spiritually have been making between our relationships, between our own inner power, really the shadow work of how we feel people have taken power away from us. Divine Feminine's going through a massive transition. Pluto also direct. We look to the past position here. And I wonder if I have actually, yes, I have. I've placed them in order, which is good. So we'll look to the past position. The Devil card. Okay, so the Capricornian energy. This in its retrograde effect, especially because it moved back out of Aquarius and into Capricorn, we were doing the work relating to this where it has been sitting there since 2008. Why is this significant? It's significant because, A, it's in reverse, so we revisited it. There could have been a footing, a foundation, a hierarchy, situations within our family, situations within our tradition and belief systems that we had to go back and revisit. With those revisiting of those circumstances, be it is your home or a business or the way you felt towards dealing with patterns in a certain fashion. You became experienced within your life through your ascension process in a particular area. So yes, in your birth chart, especially from an ascension point of view, this could actually be quite pivotal to know where this is. But it was an opportunity to retrieve something from it. And as we are moving direct into the next month, I do feel some significant changes can be coming up here. Things that were hidden are going to be shown to you. It could be solutions. It might be a way of relating to it. But remember, this is an area in your life that you have a particular expertise at. So could it be driving you a little bit crazy? It could be. But again, remember, you do have experience here. This is the last hurrah of the transit. Moving direct, there can be some changes that we're making relating to the past. And this also can be people from the past coming back. Now, in the heart of the matter, and we will come back to this because I'm sure it's going to link in, because there is going to be a silver lining to this reading for you guys. We are going to have a look at the top row. Now, let's stream out for a minute. Every card, apart from the crowning energy and the bottom row, upright. That's it. So what does that mean? Number one is you are moving through a circumstance. You could have a viewpoint. Yes, we can go into victim consciousness, and it could be something very realistic for the reason why we are. So by no means that is a criticism on us as divine feminines. It's a circumstance we are moving through, and it is a frustrating energy we are feeling. Now, in the heart of it, oh, goodness me. Okay, we have the right way. I get this feeling it's like there is a confidence factor about proceeding forward. There could be a bit of PTSD. It's like, oh, okay, what way is going to be the correct way to deal with this? I'm looking at this individual on the card in the upright. There's a crown here with a love heart. This card is in reverse. There's sort of like the princess and the frog. And the card is a 21, dropping down to a 3, the Trinity energy. The right way, learning to create what you desire. What you do desire, you could feel spiritually is out of your hand. And so you're trying to do things in a correct method. But again, when we are dealing with karmic cycles, navigating that path can be difficult. Even if we have the best of intentions. So there could be this prejudice that you're having towards yourself and holding yourself to a very high standard. But there could be a very difficult circumstance that you're currently dealing with where that potentially is completely outside the box. It could be an impossibility at this point in time. So it's not that your intentions are impure or your intentions and energy are trying to do something. Yes, we can get into this frequency of saying, well, everyone else is getting away with it. So why is it that divine feminine in their aura gets so punished at times from a spiritual point of view when we do go down the rabbit hole? Is because it's not part of your divine path. And again, who wants to lead by example, especially when the tower moments are coming? But we're going to pull a clarifier on this because I feel you're being cautious. I feel you're reviewing things. There could be these light bulb moments you're having of, oh gosh, maybe if I had done that, that would have turned this about. So again, I do feel the silver lining is if you are regressing back and reflecting upon your path with your twin, your path with a certain situation you're dealing with, I feel you're kind of going to have a light bulb moment about how to resolve it. We do have the Fool card here. Again, it is in reverse. And I feel, there's this kind of catch-22 in the end of this month relating to all the transits coming up and what we are wrapping up this year moving into 2025, which I do believe there is going to be a lot of reunions happening with counterparts, especially with the Plutonian energy, things uncovered, karmic cycles coming to a close, karmic energies being cut. You also spiritually can be doing this on your side, divine feminine. And it's interesting that this video, I know, is going to be a lot longer than usual. So the Fool card here is you're being very cautious about your steps. You're not jumping in when angels fair to tread. You're gaining more information and clarity. And, you're willing to do that for the dream. You also know if you react in a certain way, it is not going to be a dream, it's going to be a nightmare. And that's something that you're trying to avoid. You also could be spiritually feeling as though the interference of your dreams and trying to stay very present, trying to stay very grounded. It can cause issues for you from an emotional point of view. And so it's causing issues with focus. There is a lot that is shifting you forward. But again, I just get this feeling you will be willing to make the sacrifice. You're trying to step very carefully onto those pebbles because you don't want to cause any more tower moments to your life than absolutely necessary. Now, we will come back and clarify these in a moment, but I want to really get the sum up of this first. Okay, there's shadow work here. There is some shadow work. It's where the shadow work is actually showing what's lacking, which is positive. You know, in life there are dark times. You know, in life what is hidden comes to the surface. It's that very chironic energy. You know, the lotus flower is absolutely beautiful, but what it sits in can be the murky waters. But it's that scorpionic energy that we can be experiencing. It's like what's hidden can be rebirthed, especially with Pluto and Capricorn. There's an opportunity to rebirth something. There's an opportunity to heal something. Your body also could be going through some deep transformations where you could be purging things out. This can be a great time for detox. Really great time to be cautious about what we're actually consuming and putting into our body. But there is a healing here, and I feel it's like whatever has been lacking, it's like it's coming back to you. It's this feeling also from a psychic point of view. This person is really missing you. This person is really feeling this in the heart of it. And even the thought of being away from you, there is this spiritual anxiety that they're going through while they're going through an ascension process also. I feel both divine feminine and divine masculine are directly going through these shake-ups within their own personal lives. It is to prepare for the reconciliation energy. It's to prepare for that alignment of that footing and that foundation. Yeah, this is about adding creativity back to your life, adding purpose, adding light, adding, it's like almost not feeding the soul, and suddenly the soul is saying to itself, wow, I really need something. There's a lack here. There's a could have been a lack of inspiration, although I really feel a significant amount of inspiration coming your way. I also feel you're not wanting to, you're wanting to feel appreciated. And this is something that has been going on for quite a while. You might have been in that kind of masculine energy for a long time where you've had to provide for yourself, you've had to nurture yourself, you've had to love yourself. And, that has been quite testing for you. But I do feel this shift in your life that is being guided, and you're going to get the blessings for this. This is what, I feel, a lot of divine feminines aren't seeing, is that, you're kind of looking at it like, you're not valued. Something you're not valuing, you are going to move away from. Something that you are not feeling invested in any longer. And you could feel really guilty about it. It could be something to do with tribe and family as we look back to the past position. There is a revelation. And so although we are, again, looking at the twin flame path, don't be surprised if something in your life is actually transforming at this time and you're having this revelation that, be it you're moving towards your path. How do I rephrase that? You're moving towards your path. It's not that. This is more, there's something very on the side here that isn't working for you. And, it could have been something that you were like, well, what else do I have to do? I'll just keep doing this. It now feels it's a necessary change. It's no longer a cushy environment. It could feel toxic. It could feel you're outgrowing it. It might have been a bitter pill to swallow. So this Fool card is, okay, maybe you're delaying of when that's going to happen. Maybe this has been a delay for a long time. But now I do feel for a majority of you, you're actually taking direct steps, even with planets retrograde, wherever they sit, I feel you're making some steps very cautiously. You've made an action plan. You maybe even had the idea of what you're going to do to get yourself out of dodge moving forward, because you're not valuing a certain circumstance. But there could be a slight delay in this pivot and this change. Now, so what can those be? I would say for some of you, it could be a career transition. It also could be with people, places, and things you no longer value. This also could be needing to keep your footing while you're transitioning. And I just keep hearing that Divine Feminine might want to make a delay. You may have been wanting to delay until 2025 to launch this decision. And I feel this is a very separate circumstance to Divine Masculine, but it links to it in some shape or form. For some of you, it can come a lot sooner, okay? For some of you, it feels as though it could come sooner. Don't freak out if it does. Your footing, your guides are looking after you, okay? So if this suddenly happens and you're like, heck, I was really hoping it was going to happen towards the end of the year, moving into 2025, that would have stabilized me. I don't really want to hurt anyone. I don't want to hurt myself and the hole in the heart. I have empathy, but there is a painful circumstance I need to address. You could be doing shadow work, but I do feel there's some blessings coming to you. This can be in the shape or form, and I'm going to pull a clarifier on this, but what my guides are saying is where we felt something was going to be lacking, we're having to address. Some of us could be delaying until 2025. I still see some of you going, you know what, I need to make this pivot right now. I need to make this pivot regardless of the value, regardless of the footing, regardless of the tower. I physically need to very cautiously address the elephant in the room, because this is impacting my dreams. This is impacting my confidence. I've been questioning it. I've been, okay, I can do it this way. I can do it that way. It feels as though you're tired of doing that. It feels as though this is coming to a pain body point. It's like, yeah, I feel that. Am I completely confident? Well, the unknown is always possible in life. And therefore, I feel you're kind of having to address the elephant in the room. We're going to go back and we're going to start digging in to what these things are, really relating to the circumstance. Okay, what revelations has Divine Feminine had? With this Capricornian energy, the devil energy, resisting temptation. Like I said, possibly because of the retrograde and the direct. Some deep exposure, some things showing, some people's darker energies may be projected towards you during this time. Sucks to be a light worker, doesn't it? Okay, let's see. Yep, things are moving forward. It's relating to your journey. You've learned a lot. You're now knowing what you need to do at a foundation level. And this also could be interesting. Some of you, yes, you may have communication. You may bump into this person. But again, I am feeling Divine Masculine is going through this change as well. I feel the signature's happening with the both of you. I don't feel it's single-handed here. But this is something from the past. This is something that you were, very passionate about. You're having a revelation of what commitment looks like as well. Okay, what is in the heart of this? Yeah, again, I do really feel you have an idea of how Divine Masculine needs to show up. Also within your own life, I do feel you've had a lot of revelations. I feel you've looked at life and you're having revelations about the right way. Look, for some of you, there could be a suitor that's coming in towards you. And again, you can take this or you can leave it. From an astrological point of view, we are dealing with a lot of old history energy. So what does that mean? If you met a new Divine Masculine, okay, and I don't mean that in a twin flamey way, I mean another individual, And this was very, very new. This would not be the time to completely jump in the deep end of that situation. And why do I say that? Mars, again, with its retrograde, can be a conflicting time, both shadow and the retrograde time. And because we have Pluto and Capricorn, these are two areas of life that do relate to very old situations. So revisiting them, transforming them, reconnecting to them, we are moving through a transition. So there is a change happening with both parties here, like I said, masculine and feminine. So they won't bode as well in a foundation setting with us in the yellow chakra, the confidence, the insecurities, the shadow work we're doing. We have that at the bottom row, with the yellow coming through of, do I feel confident investing in that situation? I need to be wise. I've learned, I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. This person initially could also show some energy of your counterpart in some shape or form. So it's sort of like a message in a bottle to you. It's like, do you want to redo that chapter with another person, or do you want to pass the spiritual test? And I feel it's going to be a spiritual choice to you. It's going to be, okay, is this different? Again, just a warning. Do as you will within your own life. Now, you're proceeding with caution forward, because what you are hoping for is happiness. Some of you also could be super mature at this point in time, and you could be wondering, hey, everyone else is, kind of stuffing around, and you could be really mature, and you could be thinking, oh, penny little, the sky's falling down. We have some situations we need to address. So you could be looking at them as, not being responsible. Yeah, you're being logical. You're being very logical with your decision-making here. Although, be cautious with emotions. We can be irrational at times. Yeah, you're trying to find the deeper reason of this. Again, I do just get this experience that you guys, throat chakra, focus on the light. They're giving me layers. They're bouncing, okay? You guys have got a lot to say. Your twin is having difficulties. Focus on the light. Go through the tunnel. Sometimes we have to go through dark times in order to get to the other side. If you do hit a portal and you do hit a block in the road, rejection is universe's protection, but I feel it's to bring a trigger up, and then I feel it's showing you what's lacking and what needs addressing. So again, I'm saying this is extremely positive. I see this as a revelation. I also see this as, not criticizing yourself. If you do find yourself going into self-criticism, it's something also that divine masculine is actually going through within their own personal lives. And I feel it's about inner forgiveness, your angels guiding you. Sometimes, at times, having to be the bad guy, having to walk away from something that isn't feeling it's actually working for you. Because there is this rebirth, but this rebirth is a process and it's taking a bit of time. You do have the priest here, again, which is, it's going back to the angels here. You are being guided. Please, 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 please trust your process. Trust your process, because this foundation, this footing is taking you and preparing you for your divine connection and for reconciliation. Big changes ahead. We will check in with this energy next week. Don't forget to look at the masculine's reading as well. Additional messages can come through, as well as the karmic third party. Now, how can we look at those separately? Masculine energy for your working life or your twin flame. Karmic energy for triggers or how other people around you potentially can be experiencing this dynamic, as well as the counterpart energy involved in the karmic third party or shadow work. Love and light. I'll see you on the other side.